Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. I'm going to read through pretty much the full article here. There's a link in the description. It's a terrible case, so I'm going to give you a trigger warning. Two boys, 9 years of age and 13 years of age, are on life support. They are presumed to die. They are on life support after their mother, this scumbag here, Trinh Nguyen, 38 years of age, allegedly shot them in the head whilst they were in bed. She also tried to kill her neighbor. Thankfully, the gun jammed, so a life was saved, but unfortunately, tragically, her two sons will almost certainly die after having been shot in the head. So we're going to look through the details. Two Pennsylvania boys are on life support after their scumbag mother allegedly shot them in the head in their beds before trying to kill her neighbor when the gun jammed. The boys, 9 years of age and 13 years of age, remain hospitalized so that their organs can be donated after they were said to have been blasted by their 38-year-old mother, this scumbag Trinh Nguyen. Nguyen or Nguyen. Here are the two boys, 9-year-old and 13-year-old. Two sweet boys. I'm quite sure. There's the mother being arrested. Both shot whilst they were in bed. So it does seem to be a financial matter. We'll look through the details in a second. Nguyen, this crazed psychopathic mother, allegedly tried to shoot her ex-husband's 22-year-old nephew, who lives in an attached apartment of the family duplex. So we can have a look at the family home. There's a picture. It looks like a beautiful property. There's another picture of the home. Yeah. So two separate homes connected. There's this connected part, so I don't exactly know the setup, but it's a beautiful property in my mind. Police responded to reports of gunshots shortly after 7 a.m. Monday and found the boys severely injured at the Upper Makefield Township home. Upper Makefield Township. At least one of the boys underwent surgery, but they are not expected to survive. Upon entry, both boys were found still alive, but in their beds with gunshot wounds to their heads. Nguyen, the mother, allegedly fled the scene in a white minivan and was arrested at around 11:30 a.m. at a nearby church parking lot. Authorities said she appeared to be under the influence of drugs, and evidence had been found that she had attempted suicide. The mother of two has been charged with 3 counts of attempted criminal homicide and denied bail during an arraignment. So obviously that's the right thing to do, to deny bail. 3 counts of attempted criminal homicide. So that is in regards to her 2 sons, as well as the neighbor, her ex-husband's 22-year-old nephew. Thankfully, the gun jammed. She shot it at him. We'll check in a second, but I believe at his head. Thankfully, the gun jammed. Saved his life. 3 counts of attempted criminal homicide, but it's likely that the charges will be upgraded in regards to the 2 boys, as they are expected to pass. They are being kept alive by life support for the sake of organ harvesting. Is that the right term? Organ donation. The district attorney said that charges against Nguyen will likely be upgraded to homicide given the boys are not expected to survive. The woman, the scumbag psychopathic mother, had a pending eviction notice set to be enforced on Tuesday. So today, the next day. The tragedy came on Monday, came amid a dispute with the scumbag mother's ex-sister-in-law, who was trying to evict this scumbag psychopathic murderer from the 5-bedroom duplex. The scumbag mother had allegedly failed to pay $11,000 in rent after divorcing last year. On Monday morning, police said that the scumbag mother shot her children in the head before approaching, if I understand correctly, her ex-husband's son, Gianni. I may have that slightly wrong. Yes, I do have that wrong. Police said the scumbag mother shot her children in the head before approaching her nephew, her ex-husband's nephew, Gianni. So she approached him. She gave him a box with photos to give to the ex-husband. And then as Gianni turned around, she had a gun. The gun did not fire. The gun jammed. She tried to kill her ex-husband's nephew. Thankfully, the gun jammed. Unfortunately, she has effectively killed her 2 sons. They're currently still alive, 9 and 13 years of age. They're still on life support, but only for the purposes of maintaining the organs so that they can be donated or donored, whatever the correct term is. The ex-husband's nephew, Gianni, wrapped this scumbag mother in a bear hug and disarmed her before alerting authorities. The scumbag mother fled the scene before police arrived, but was arrested about 4 hours later in the parking lot of Washington Crossing Methodist Church. Church staff alerted authorities after seeing a wanted bulletin issued earlier. So I guess that this would have been over the local news. The local news TV stations and radio stations, I would hope, issued an alert, and thankfully church staff were aware of that. It seems that the scumbag mother was under the influence of drugs at the time of her arrest. She was apprehended and booked into the Bucks County Correctional Facility. She's been charged with 3 counts of attempted homicide. Again, that's likely to, the charges in relation to the 2 boys are likely to be increased to, homicide, murder, as the 2 boys pass. The 2 boys were taken to St. Mary Medical Center in Middletown, but it is very unlikely they will survive. Police said there was evidence that the scumbag mother had attempted suicide, but no further information has been provided. So there is that full details there, the full article really. There is a link in the description if you'd like to go ahead and read through that again. What a tragedy. What a loss of 2 innocent boys, 2 little angels that seem to have a great life. They seem to be, loving life, enjoying their water sports, living in a beautiful house. And unfortunately, money has played a part in causing financial stress within the family home. Seemingly, which I would assume, correctly or incorrectly, played a part in the whatever's going on in this psychotic's head. She thought it would be a good idea to commit murder-suicide. It seems like she tried to commit suicide. It seems like she wanted to take out as many people as she could. She effectively has killed her own 2 sons. She tried to kill herself. Unfortunately, she failed. Some people will find that last comment offensive, but that's fine. It's how I feel. I would rather that this scumbag is taken out. That's my view. She's a stain on society. And best gone. Best gone. Okay, so it's a tragic situation. It's a hang on, let me rephrase. It's a very terrible situation to face eviction, and perhaps her ego was incredibly hurt from living in such a beautiful property in my mind, and living a very nice life, raising two smart, charming young men, I'm quite sure, to perhaps be facing homelessness, perhaps not, but certainly one would presume some level of downgrading, and that was too difficult for her to face. She couldn't face reality. She was at the end of her rope, but not in a justifiable way, and she lashed out, and she's effectively killed her two sons. What a fucking evil word that I'm going to try not to use anymore. Begins with C. I'll say C word. What an evil C word. Thankfully, the ex-husband's nephew is fine. It seems like he acted in a heroic way. He was able to wrestle the gun from this psycho, the psycho mother, and alert police. They caught her 4 hours later, and that's that. So I'm going to wrap things up at this point. Of course, we pray for the lost souls of these two innocent boys. I mean, look how sweet this one is. Looking up to his elder brother, who's, seemingly just won a handful of awards, sporting awards, I guess. Look how proud the younger brother is. And they're both going to be leaving this earth very shortly. Thanks for listening, guys. If you do like this type of content, or rather if you see value in this type of content, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video, have a look at some of the other videos, check out the playlist. I'll do a new playlist shortly. I'll have to get around to doing that. There's a lot of tragedy out there, and it's not something that we should dwell on too much. We have to move away. We have to find some fun things to do. I have to. I can't make these videos every single day. I have to do some fun things for my mental well-being, really. I've got to do some fun things. I'd like to do some fun things with you guys. I would like to do some live streams with you guys at some point. I keep saying that. I'm not sure how many people listen to the end of my videos, but if you are one of those that do tend to listen to the end of my videos, well, then you're a superstar, and we definitely would want you. I say we, I just mean me, but I would definitely want you to come up on a panel should you be the live stream type. But anyway, I'll wrap things up for now. Take care, guys. Look after yourself. Look after your mental well-being. Even in the face of financial stress, financial difficulty, there's always other options. You know this. And let's make sure that your family members know this too. You may have some family members that aren't able to cope with these things as well as you are able to, as well as we would expect them to be able to. So let's just try to be kind to each other and offer some words of wisdom every now and then. I think that's what I try to do. I think I try to drop words of wisdom as best as I can muster, whenever I can, just in case that it does help someone. I don't think I act overly preachy, but I do try to drop a few nuggets every now and then, as best as I can, just that it may help. So anyway, I'll finish off there, but take care, guys, and thank you for your support.